So far we have studied about the structure of nephron. Nephron have different parts which perform different functions, and finally they helps in removing the excretory waste. Now we will study about the function of nephron. Nephron functions as filtration unit, filtration of blood. It is the structure which filters the waste product out from the blood. The blood vessel entering into the Bowman's capsule or the afferent arteriole carries blood to the glomerular region, and in the glomerular region, Bowman's capsule, which accommodates only one glomerulus, is mainly lined by small flat cells. These flat cells have a very fine pores which allows passage of selective materials filtered out of a glomerulus. So the nephron acts as filtration unit. The filtration of blood occurs mainly in the Malpighian region. Whatever filtrate is filtered out in this region move through the renal tubule, and in due course of its movement from one part of renal tubule to another part of renal tubule, other functions are also performed. So when we have to discuss about the main function of nephron, the main function of nephron is to produce urine or is to produce urinary waste, that is urinary waste. The mechanism of urine formation or filtration performed by the nephron can be studied or can be discussed in 4 main steps. The first step is glomerular filtration, which is also known as ultrafiltration, which you can see on the screen. The next function is selective reabsorption. The third function is tubular secretion, and the last is concentration of urine. So the complete mechanism or function of nephron is divided into 4 parts: glomerular filtration, selective reabsorption, tubular secretion, and concentration of urine. In the first function or in the first part, which we can see in the diagram present on the screen, you can see the diagram present on the screen very clearly. We have the first part as Malpighian tubule. This is the main part where the first function is performed or the first mechanism is completed out, that is glomerular filtration, or it is also known as ultrafiltration. In this part, the blood is filtered out. It means the excretory waste present in the blood like glucose, urea, uric acid, amino acid, some unwanted hormones, water and other substances are filtered out from the region of glomerulus to the region of Bowman's capsule. You can see in the diagram the arrow is given. The arrow shows the transfer of substances from glomerulus to Bowman's capsule. In this region, as filtration of blood is done in the region of glomerulus. So the process is known as glomerular filtration. During this filtration, the blood comes or flows in very high pressure. So as filtration is done under high pressure, so this step is also known as ultrafiltration. During this step, the substances or the product which was filtered out into the Bowman's capsule is known as glomerular filtrate or nephric filtrate. From this part, the filtration of blood, the filtrate move downward towards the next part of the nephron, that is proximal convoluted tubule. In this part we can see the next step, the second main step, and that is the selective reabsorption. In this stage, in this part of proximal convoluted tubule, the main substances like glucose, amino acids, potassium, sodium, water and other substances which are required by the body parts or by the other organ, these important substances are reabsorbed. So this process is known as selective reabsorption. During reabsorption process, we can see the blood vessel moving along with the renal tubule that helps in reabsorbing the substances, the important substances which are required by the body. These substances move from renal tubule PCT to the blood vessel. Now the next step is the tubular secretion, and this is performed in the next part of the renal tubule, that is the distal convoluted tubule. Here the unwanted substances which was present in the blood vessel that is now secreted into the renal tubule called distal convoluted tubule, that is DCT. So now the distal convoluted tubule contain the excretory waste which contain a lot of water, various salts, amino acid, some amount of glucose, an important source of nitrogen like urea, uric acid, etc. And this filtrate, which is now known as urine, that move towards the collecting duct. In the collecting duct, the next fourth step is performed, and that is concentration of urine. If the amount of water is less in the body, then the water is not secreted into the renal tubule and concentrated urine is passed out. During this specific condition, a hormone called ADH is released out. But if a person drinks a lot of water, then antidiuretic hormone is not secreted due to diluted urine, and the diluted urine is passed out. So during this last step, which is performed in the area called collecting tube or collecting duct, concentration of urine or composition of urine is controlled. Concentration of urine is regulated. If water is less, then ADH is secreted and concentrated urine is passed out. If water is enough in the body, then ADH is not secreted and diluted urine is passed out. So in this way, four important structure or four important function is performed by the nephron or filtration unit. First is ultrafiltration or glomerular filtration. Second, selective deabsorption. Third, tubular secretion. And the last one is concentration of urine.